All right. Welcome back to another Bring Your Kid to Work edition of the Trademark Podcast. We've got two hosts on with us today. We got our good friend, Erica Leonor. I think you're back. Have you been on the show before, Erica? Is this your first time on the show?
I think this one is my first time here. Yes.
No. Well, welcome to the show. We've also got my offspring here, Mr. Austin. He's got some things he wants to get off his chest. And so, yeah, we're just going to take it and run with it, buddy. Yeah. All right. Here we go. Let's
Step into the Trademark, your go-to podcast for everything marketing in the trades. Hosted by award-winning industry marketing experts Sarah Gerardo from Remarkable and Eric Thomas from Rival Digital. Together, we're here to unite the worlds of trades and marketing, bringing you insights, stories, and strategies from the heart of the industry. Whether you're a trade professional, a marketing expert, or somewhere in between, this is the place for you. Listen in as we're here for the big ideas, the game changers, and the everyday successes. Because at the Trademark, we're with the trades and for the trades.
Erica, I'm so excited that you're here and just literally so excited to talk to you. I know this is, hello, Eric.
I'm sorry. Sorry. Hold on. Here we go. Wait.
No.
Oh. This is great.
Welcome to the Trademark. Let's think we do this way. There we go. There we go, Eric. You stop playing with buttons. So, Erica, thank you so much for being on. Tell us more about everything that you do because you're a huge, influential woman in the trades, and just so excited to have you.
Thank you so much, Eric. I'm so grateful for this as well. And Sarah, you know how much I admire you and to see the beautiful influence and the impact you're having on the industry. Eric, I mean, you actually spelled your name correctly. So the Erica, like I just can't help but like you. And you guys are just so awesome. So thanks for all you do to give back to the trades. And I love your Bring Your Kid to Work Day. You guys always see my kid and all things as well. So we can't do it with family. Why not?
That's
right. Definitely. So tell us what ventures you're into right now and what's going on in your life.
Yeah. So life for Erica is pretty dang fun right now. I have my 7-month-old baby and I've got my 4-year-old. So first and foremost, I am a mom and all the fun things that entails. I absolutely adore being a mom. My husband, Geovanny, has stepped into working in Voxa, which is customer service and sales training organization for CSRs. It's something that I had about 5 years ago as well. Things got put on pause a lot when I had my baby. And then, I joined up with GoodLeap, which I adore GoodLeap and I love them. Then I got cancer and all the things. And so Geovanny has stepped in and he is doing some amazing things with accountability and scorecards and training. And we're really helping people find the power of their voice. And that's what I love to do. I also, just like Sarah, we're involved with the Influential Women organization. So we should talk about ladies. Eric, ask us a question about being a woman of influence.
Yeah.
I have two questions. I think the first one's actually a statement. I just wanted to say that I'm definitely terrified of you at the moment, Erica. I didn't notice all the weapons behind your head there until just now. So that's awesome. But yeah, let's talk about being an influential woman, which I for the record, I know nothing about. So I'm here to learn because I'm not an influential woman.
Well, this is why I couldn't go on the podcast because I was threatened in the background. So, all of my Lord of the Rings weapons here. Yeah, so Sarah, I saw recently that you got nominated as well with the Influential Women organization, something that I've been a part of for about a month as well. And it's one of those great organizations highlighting women and their expertise and how they're influencing leadership and business and health community throughout the country. And so it's going to be really fun to get involved and do all the things that organization offers.
Yeah, I agree. Eric, you're going to have to talk. Now my dog is going crazy. So all the things are happening today.
All right. I'll talk. So let's talk about that organization. I know you mentioned a little bit about it, but can you just share for our listeners out there who might be interested in learning about it, just kind of like the high level overview of what the organization is, how you all found it, and some of the things that you've learned so far in that organization?
Yeah, so it was one of the things that I had seen on social media a little bit, and I reached out to them. I said, hey, what's all of this? And they're like, oh, we want to schedule you an interview and we could potentially highlight you as part of this organization. And so that's exactly what I did. And they, brought me in with all of the other women. And it's really cool to meet all these other women as part of the influential group. As you know as well, Eric, you're a big supporter of women's organizations in the trades. We've got Women in HVACR, we've got Lady Titans, we've got Women in Plumbing and Piping. And so it's a great way to, ladies like ladies. We love to
That's right. So what are some of the things that you guys, maybe just tell me a little bit about what you don't go that so far? Like, what have you learned? What have you take that way? If you want anything else, sorry, I was just crying.
It's gonna be the best. It's fine.
Yeah.
So
But
yeah,
I think this is, I hadn't heard of it until just earlier today when Sarah talked about the award that you guys got nominated for. Yeah, I was nominated for. So tell me a little bit more about that.
Yeah, Sarah, do you want to start with that one? How did you get involved with influential women?
like they reached out to me and I was like, absolutely, I'm going to bet on myself and work on PR for myself in my own way. And I want to be um my dog, that's someone else's dog. I want to help as many women as I can. And I work in a lot of different spaces, right? So I work in technology and I work in the trades and I work in software and I'm an AI innovator. And so I want to help however many women that I can. And also with just leadership skills. I have a lot of leadership behind me. So when I saw this, I was like, I'm going to jump. Something just told me to, like, we need to expose the trades more to these awards and to who we are, because we do have some really great groups and there are some really powerful women. So if we could start the movement, then let's just keep it moving, is my thoughts.
Yeah, that's what we're up for, right? And so I know there are so many influential women, and it's really cool that there is this organization of influential women out there that we get to be a part of and write articles for them and do their classes and podcasts and all of those fun things. And so it's exciting for more to come there.
Yeah. And what else are you, I mean, like, are you heading to the Women in HVACR conference at all?
Yes, so super excited for that this year in Indianapolis. I think I might be speaking at it. So excited for that there, but absolutely love the women's groups, the sisterhood group. We've got Lady Titans group. There's so many fun things. So thank you to everyone who supports the women in the trades in whatever capacity that looks like. It's really empowering. So thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. It means a lot. I think I just got my plaque, which is so cool. But what I really want to talk about is Voxa, because I know that when you have an eloquent way of speaking and teaching, and I've been watching you throughout the years as I've known you, really not only move in your professional career with how not the way that you project yourself and the way that you teach, it's really about the way that you care and how you teach. And I have always admired that. And so I want to know more about the coaching and with AI coming into part, like how does that play? But really, what do you do for CSRs to give them the confidence, the empathy to move forward in their careers, because it is a career.
Yeah, it absolutely can be. And, my voice coach, I absolutely adore him. His name is Roger Love. I've been working with him since January, and he has opened my eyes to just the power of the anatomy part of our voice. And I've really tapped into how I speak and the way I speak and the words that I say. I've always been really focused on the words, but I've never had training on the sound. And I've gotten a lot of training on sound. And I'm so excited for that, because what I've learned is that people process sound before words, the amygdala part of our brain. And so if you were going to ask me, Erica, how's your day going? And I'm like, Sarah, I've had the best day of my life. My husband, he got a babysitter. He scheduled dinner and got a reservation. We went out to see The Lord of the Rings in the theater. You would not believe me at all. If you're like, that's the best day ever, that sounds so crappy and lame, because I might be saying the right words, but I don't have the right sound.
Yeah.
And so it's what I call the sound layer, is how are you developing that tone and that voice? And how do you move and make it a little more dynamic and fast and slow and all of those things. And I've been tapping into that specifically for myself, but people that I talk to every single day, and then with the CSR side of things. And you don't have body language. You don't even have facial expression. You only have the sound and the words. And if people are processing your sound before your words, people need a lot more sound training. And so that's really what we want to bring to the trades, is this idea of training your voice and help people be public speakers. Everybody, even talking to your spouse or talking to your kids, consider it as if you are public speaking. And so one of my big phrases right now is stop talking, speak. Like, speak with your voice and make movement and bring the emotion into it, because that's what causes action and change. And so we see that all the time with people we work with in sales and in customer service, that is what makes movement. That's what causes people to choose to close a deal or to book a call or whatever it is how they feel. And your voice makes people feel a certain way.
I agree. Because, and you're right. The CSR doesn't have the movement that people can see, right? And so they may be like, my day was great, but like, was it? Or you may call someone and they're like, they start the conversation, they ask you how you're doing, but do they really mean it? And right. And so the infliction is part of the storytelling. It's part of because we're all storytellers, right?
Yeah.
And speaking in a public, it's, how do you connect with someone? And it is through sound, because that's the vibration that they're going to feel and the energy that you put out. How cool. What
It's
a cool
really,
thing to teach. Yeah.
I love it. And there's been fun people. And yeah, like, I've got a lot of experience with this. Am I Tony Robbins or Brendan Burchard? No, I'm not. But I have a lot more experience than a lot of people. Doing the podcast, that gets you experience, or doing breakouts or speaking on stage, doing trainings all day long. That gives you experience in a different way than other people. And so people are like, Erica, I have some content. I'm going to do a webinar, or I have to lead my Monday morning meeting. But when I talk to my team in the morning, like, I don't feel like it registers. Like, nobody pays attention. It's like, well, it's because you sound the same. Whether you're excited or you're bored or you're sad, you sound the same. And it's predictable. No wonder people zone out. You got to
Mhm.
change it up. So even if you are doing a meeting or you're going to be doing a one-on-one, you want people to feel different. You want people to take action on the new product that you just purchased and you want to roll out with your whole team, the new software. Well, you have to bring that level of engagement and enthusiasm and desire just as much as the person who sold it to you, if you want your team to adopt it. And so you got to work on your sound.
Yeah, most definitely. And you made a great point. It was the team meetings, because sometimes women have a different sound than men. And so men, this is research that I read it in a book, or there was a podcast with some specialists on there. And men hear women's voices differently.
Mm.
And so that's another kind of thing. When you're giving a speech, can you partner with someone so that they can hear you both at the same time? Or like, how do you partner with someone so that your voice can be heard by all parts of the audience?
Yeah.
Right.
True. And what's so cool too is, like, when I'm speaking right now, I hear my voice differently than you do because of, the bone conductors and the vibrations and all those things. And so why is it that people say, I hate the sound of my voice? I never want to listen to my phone call, or I never would listen to my podcast. I don't know. Do you guys re-listen to your podcast? Like, how did I do? It's like watching your game film, right? Are you preparing yourself? Eric, you
I,
probably listen to yourself all the time, right?
so I used to be in the camp where I would say, like, I hate the sound of my voice. I don't want to listen to it. And I had a coach, and he very lovingly was just like, oh, then just go be a monk and never speak again. I was like, okay. He's just like, it is what it is. I was like, okay. That probably earned us. I hope. I mean, I'm sure he had some monks that listen to this. I don't know if you do or not, but please don't leave us a bad review.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm constantly, so when I get on the stage, I practice, I listen to myself, I record myself before I go on in the exact speech that I'm going to give. And it never turns out to be the exact speech that I'm going to give because that's just not who I am. But I hear my voice, my inflection in the parts of the story that I want to make it have impact.
Yeah.
And if I can hit those inflections, then I understand that I'm able to go towards the way I want. When I'm done with speaking, I am my own worst critic. And it's not necessarily on my voice. It's more of, okay, well, did you pace yourself properly? Are you so passionate sometimes that it comes out so quickly that people won't understand? Do I move so fast? Is my vision way forward than most? And so then it becomes not self-doubt. How do I clearly articulate my thoughts?
Yeah.
So all these things, like, you have to constantly learn as you go. It's not just about the sound, it's about the way to prepare, the way to coach yourself and to have this inward reflection of great job. You don't want to downplay what you just did, but you want to act quickly in the moment because you know that now a conversation is going to happen, right?
Absolutely. And, along with that too is you can show up and there's so much content. Content isn't the problem. Everybody probably has really good content. The thing that we have to remember is like, I have the perfect content. You have great content. You don't need to memorize the script for it because your content is good and you know how to speak to it. But you're right. It's the delivery of the content. It's how the messenger delivers the message. And I can hand somebody a PowerPoint, a script, read this. It's the perfect script. Doesn't matter because they will read it differently than I read it. And one of the things that I love to do right now is I was at an event for Good Leap and with Laura Kelly and Josh Kelly at the Clover event. And I was talking to one of my friends and I was like, hey, pitch me. Like, who are you? And what do you do? I want to hear it. And she told it to me and she's like, oh, no one's really ever asked me that before. And she didn't really know what to say. But what I was doing is I asked her some questions and I said, okay, can I repeat back to you what you said and make it into a pitch? She said, okay. And so I took her story and I repurposed it to her. And she said, I love the sound of that. I want to sound like that. And so we've talked about it. And for her to now introduce herself, it's an elevator pitch. And if we can get good at that and helping other people craft those ideas, whether it's how you pitch your company on the phone, whether it's how you pitch your product or yourself in the elevator and, hey, tell me what you do. How do you get people so excited in 10 seconds? Less is more, but having some good prompts in those ideas and how do you sound about whatever you're pitching. I think that this industry has a problem with let's create more value. Oh, come on. I'm sick of that. Sick of always just creating value over and over and over again. Like 10 minutes of value. Come on. Just pitch me good.
Mm-hmm.
And that's going to solve the problem. So I want to be the new industry pitch queen. Okay. Like that's what I want. Let's teach people how to pitch and to sound better. And I don't care what it is. I can pitch financing all day long. I could pitch customer service all day long. You could pitch marketing all day long. AI. If we get good at pitching, that's a sale right there.
It is because people buy from people, right? They buy from AI, most definitely. Like I've gotten some weird shopping recommendations and I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. I'm going to buy that. But people in the end, with big purchases, we want to still buy from people sometimes because like there's that doubt, there's that hesitation, there is the connection that you're needing to say this is okay, and I think that that's never going to go away in some circumstances. Now, even buying a car online is interesting, right? People just go push, but the doubt that's in there, they're like, did I pick the right thing? Did I that's me overthinking everything. But you have to have a good pitch. When you walk in, I remember Colleen said, make yourself known so much that when you walk into a room, they already know your name. There is no introduction. I have been in so many presentations where they give a 10-minute introduction to themselves. And afterwards, my feedback, I go up and speak to the speaker and my feedback is, we already know who you are.
Yeah.
What do you do? What are you passionate about? How does that come through versus, well, this is my story and it's in a timeline view.
Yeah.
And it was one of the biggest speakers in our industry. And and I went up to him and I was just like, I don't know why you need a 10-minute timeline review.
But you
Sorry.
know what would be even cooler though, Sarah, is that I don't need a 10-minute timeline review, but I want a story that's a vulnerable story that you've never told before. So if I was going to tell you this story, I've never told anyone this story. Last week, wait,
Hold on.
sorry,
Giant crane in the background, Eric.
sorry.
Okay. There we go.
So Tuesday evening this last week, one of my best friends calls me and she's like, Erica, do you want to wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning and go hike a mountain tomorrow? I'm like, well, why the heck not? So guess what? I woke up at 5 o'clock in the morning. I met her at the trailhead. We hiked to the top of the mountain. We had just the best girl talk conversation, came down, gave each other a hug. Utah's on fire, so there's smoke and ash everywhere. So I smelled like a bonfire when I came home, but it was so much fun and it was so spontaneous. And it's those kind of things where it's like, hey, I learned two things. If one of your best friends calls you and says, do you want to hike a mountain at 5 o'clock in the morning and sacrifice some sleep? Say yes, right? But the second part of this, be the kind of friend that you're going to go make the connection with. If I'm going to say, hey, Sarah, you're in Utah. Will you wake up at 5 o'clock tomorrow and I'll take you to the top of that mountain? You would say yes, because you're that kind of friend. So if you can think of even just the most random daily stories that people can get to know you, oh, now I know a little bit about Erica. She's the kind of person that if I say, you want to go hike a mountain, she'll be right there with me. And now people learn that about me, where now it's this broader idea of, hey, I have this idea. Do you think Erica would want to do that with me? Let's ask her. And you know that I can get excited and passionate about it. But just that small little story, maybe as my introduction, that opened up so many more doors than just, let me read you my resume and tell you everything everybody in this industry already knows about me. So even a story needs to become a good pitch of what you do. And so I would really encourage people, get vulnerable, learn how to tell just a daily story or find a moment that might seem normal and natural, but make it into something that you learned. And now you connect with people and now people feel you as a person. And now people want to work with you and you can have some of that return on relationship.
Return on relationship. I love that. That's something that is never really measured, but it's mutual reciprocity, right? Like even when you're telling a story and you feel something that's like, it hits the heart, it hits the human. And then when they have a conversation with you, they're having a conversation with you because they feel you as a human. And I think that that is the coolest thing in the world when we story tell and when they come up to you. And or my favorite thing is, well, I saw that this person that I'm connected with on Facebook, they came up to me and they were like, I saw that Emma graduated and Luca looks like he's 30 years old. And I was like, yeah. And you know, like you can tell stories through pictures. You can tell stories through your social media. You can tell stories, like you can be human and vulnerable, and vulnerability is courageous. And I never want us to forget that. Like sometimes I know that our stories or the experiences that we have, they sometimes seem ordinary, but really they're extraordinary. And why should we ever limit ourselves to ordinary when each individual is truly extraordinary? And that's just, I guess I love people like the most.
Yeah.
And the humans that they are. And I would hike up any mountain with you, Erica, at any point in time.
See, I have the kind of friend and I'll be that kind of friend. And so, yeah, I love how you phrase that.
Like a sword.
Yeah. Take something ordinary and make a story out of it. And just here's what I learned from it. And I think that we miss out on that. So, for example, let's talk marketing.
Yeah.
You can take a general, average, ordinary story, and it's not like you need to embellish it so much that it now becomes one of those phishing stories, right? But that's how your email marketing. Or now that turns into a social media video, or it turns into a quick little social media clip of you talking and, hey, here's something I learned. Like, if you can find something in the ordinary, you don't need to be the rags to riches kind of person. I don't have a rags to riches story. Are they cool? Absolutely. I don't have that. So I look for ways to take ordinary daily things and, hey, this was cool that happened to me. What did I learn from it? What's the moral of the story?
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that's the cool part about it is I was talking to Keith Mercurio once and asking him about stories. I was like, hey, like, so when I wake up every day, I start to tell myself a story. It can be a great story or it can be a negative story and sneaking thinking. And I have the opportunity to always change that around and reframe, because at any point in any time of the day, I can rewrite my story. And I think people forget that. And he was saying, so you're telling me that you wake up and you have an inner dialogue and you start talking to yourself about a story. No, but maybe it is my story. I'm brushing my teeth. I'm telling myself the things that I do throughout the day that seem normal and mundane, but they're thank God, like, he allowed me to wake up that day. And then B, like, what a cool way to see myself in perspective of the little tiny habits that I have that I can either change or I can just really embrace. And I, that's the point of when I was talking to Keith, he was just like, there's a great video that he has that explains story and he just goes deep into it because, Keith is amazing. But I had to ask him that question. I was like, "Do you tell yourself stories every day?" He probably thought I was crazy. But yeah, I think that storytelling is the way to go in every single conversation that you have because it's relatable and it's human, and humans need to be more human in the world of artificial intelligence. But, you know, I think that it's never gonna be a lost cause,
Yeah. And I
right?
love it won't be. We do need humans. I mean, we're in technology all day. We're with AI all day. We're in front of a screen all day. Like, if we see someone, go give it a freaking hug. So people, if I give you a hug, just know I give hugs, okay? Because COVID, we didn't hug anybody, and now everyone's scared of a hug. Like, bring that human connection in, because guess what? What you're saying, Sarah, is exactly what, when I talk to people about their voice, I say, we need to get out of this mindset of, I have to fake it till I make it. No, guess what? It's not a fake it till you make it. You choose, am I going to sound like this? Or am I choosing to sound exciting and happy and engaged? Am I choosing to bring an emotional connection in? I get to choose that. And guess what? If it's my choice, it's not fake. But my choice could also be, I'm going to just sound like this all the time. And no wonder nobody pays attention to me. And, no wonder it's hard for me to sell anything or get anything done. And like, who's going to listen to that all day long? But
Yeah.
if that's your choice, that's your choice. And you're going to get those results. Versus I show up and I choose, I'm not going to fake it. I'm choosing to be engaging. I'm choosing to connect with using humans. I'm choosing to give a hug to someone. I'm going to choose that because that's the type of energy and emotion I want to put off into the world and how I want to sound and how I want people to feel around me.
Mhm.
So yeah,
Yeah.
you have to choose. There's no more fake in it. Just choose.
Yeah. Make a decision.
Yeah.
Make a decision about who you wanna be. And in AI, yes, it's artificial intelligence, but what if it was, authentic interactions?
Yeah.
What if, like, that's where it really, yes, this is what it's going to bring. And so relook at the situation, relook at the story, relook at your presence and remember the authenticity of being authentic. People say that it's really hard to be authentic. It's not, it's just who you are, how you show up, where you want to show up, who you serve.
Yeah.
And it comes across as character, it comes across as integrity, it comes across as inflection in your voice, as sound, as vibrations through energy. And I think that is the coolest thing when you're having a conversation. Like when I see you, Erica, like before you even speak, I can feel your presence in a room and it is magnetic. And that is just the most amazing thing when I'm in a room with you. I just know that there is just a magnetic vibration already beginning before we even speak to one another. And I can't imagine when you coach someone how that comes across to help them lean in and learn how to be a high performer individual in there and contribute in the way that you coach.
Mm,
I
thank you. That means so much to me that you say that. Thank you. And it's something I'm not perfect at, but I'm choosing, hey, if I show up in a room, can I choose to do this? And like both of you, we are making intentions about how we want to do things. We're being purposeful in certain choices and behaviors and actions. And that's the intention. I want people to feel loved when I walk into that room. So I'm going to give everyone a hug and ask them how they're doing. And if I can make people feel like that, that's happy for me. I love that. And so we can do that, whether we're on the phone, whether we're, some people are like, oh my gosh, financing. It's like the F word. It's like, no, you can make it fun. That's my favorite F word is fun. So
Yeah.
let's have fun with this. And watching people just have a little bit of passion, excitement about, selling or something different. You can be excited about anything you want to be excited about.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Eric, I know you're excited about trains and Austin's birthday coming in August and and amusement parks. There are so many things going on in your life. That's so exciting.
It's happening in the background in real time too.
There's the train.
It's a great-
It's great. There's a,
We understand. We
It's,
understand.
yeah, we got a little chaos going on here. My grandparents are celebrating, wedding anniversary, and we're recording a surprise party at our house. So there's balloons getting inflated, and we've got little me right here playing with the train, and it's a lot. But it's fun. It's definitely
It
fun.
is being a parent, and it is all of everything, especially during the summer. And when your kids are older, it's the same thing. They don't go away. You'll have random people just come in, or hi Austin, or random dogs barking. And Erica, thank you so much for being on with us as we, live the life of beautiful chaos. We appreciate that. And we appreciate you and your energy and your glow and how magnificent you are. So if someone wanted to get a hold of you, get the sales coaching, the CSR coaching, how would they do that?
Yes. So you can find me on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram. What I would love to do is get you in touch with all the different things. I mean, I'm just going to shout out my husband. He is doing such an amazing job building with this technology and creating a type of program that is not what you have seen with a call center or contact center before. A lot of people just are like, oh, it's just a CSR. They just answer the phones, whatever. No, he is making it where this is a world of people that are humans and people, and he wants to love on them so much. And he's doing such a phenomenal job of that. And I'm so excited for what he's created and to share that with people. And so, yes, find me all over the social media platforms. You can call Sarah and Eric. They both have my phone number as well. So,
Yes, awesome. So if you had one piece of advice to give our listeners today about anything, what would it be?
I was recently asked this. They said, Erica, what is your favorite quote? And where I have lots of favorite quotes, most of them from The Lord of the Rings, I would say right now what's sticking with me is this quote saying, never suppress a generous thought. That if you have a thought to text or call somebody, and sometimes we put it off, and then like 3 days later, that person calls us and you're like, I was just thinking about you a couple days ago. I should have called you. It's because there's something that needs to connect us in this world. And if you have a generous thought to buy someone lunch one day or just to, connect and see someone at a conference or whatever it is, that generous thought, you will never regret it ever. Just like
Yeah.
I will never regret waking up at 5:00 in the morning and sacrificing a couple hours of sleep. I'll never regret that. I never do.
I love
I won't
it.
regret those. So
I
keep
love
that
it.
generosity going.
Yes, I love that. And speaking of keeping yourself going, there is a podcast link waiting for you to go ahead and start your podcast. I sent it a while ago. So go be big, live big and love big. And to all the listeners out there, thank you so much for listening. We appreciate you. And we'll see you on the next podcast.
Thanks.